Okay, I'm going to take a look at some must-have applications for the BlackBerry Storm. These are applications that are free of charge. Some may have added services that you can purchase. However, I'm going to show you basically what you can do with a free use of these applications. I've tested them on the BlackBerry Storm 9530 under Verizon's network, AT&T's network, and T-Mobile's network. All the applications work on each corresponding network on the device. First one we're going to look at is Viigo. Pretty typical one. I think most BlackBerry users like this device, or like this application. It's basically an RSS aggregate. And they've been expanding the application to include some things like local interest, which you could actually do a Craigslist list. You have weather and sports. Those are additional services that Viigo has put together. It's still listed as beta. It's been this way. It's free. You can go get the application by visiting getviigo.com from your BlackBerry web browser, and it will pull up this nice read feeder here. And it's actually right now going through and loading. One of the things I don't like about the application itself is it takes a while sometimes to load. Now I understand I'm on AT&T's network right now. That is not as fast as Verizon's EVDO network. However, sometimes it can take longer than necessary to bring down rather simple feeds. Really, that's my only gripe about the application. Otherwise, I like it. I like the ability to save the feeds when you exit, so it's only picking up new feeds as you go along. You do have to remember to exit the application, otherwise it will run if you have it set up to basically update throughout the day, and that could be somewhat of a battery drain. But as we can see, we'll jump into, we can look in weather real quick. And as they've gone along here, they've updated the application for the storm, which I appreciate. So some of the bugginess in the earlier versions is definitely gone now. You can see here we've got 4 different options for weather, or different towns I added in. You can go into a town, you can look at the week ahead. Wonderful. Spring's on the way here for New Hampshire. So you can also, the base, I would say the base is the news and RSSF feeds here. We can go in and look at any one of these. You can see what's going on as far as what's available. This is CrackBerry.com blogs, which I absolutely live by as far as the BlackBerry user goes. So if you don't know this website, go after it. It's an outstanding site to read, and this gives you everything you need dealing with your BlackBerry. And there is a lot of talk in the Storm forum, so good place to go. Anyway, that's a look at it. It's a pretty basic app. Again, this is at getviigo.com is where you'll be able to find this application. I'm going to jump out of there and take a look at YouTube. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm not going to actually get into what you want to do with YouTube, but I mean, you get the idea. It's an application that will actually log in. It'll go into your account, and then you can search for different videos, plus you have access to your account. So if you have subscriptions, your videos, that type of thing, and you would have access through this application. So pretty self-explanatory. That's available from YouTube. Youmail is a great visual voicemail application. It's free. It's available at youmail.com. I believe the link is, if you go from the BlackBerry browser, www.youmail.com/OTA, you'll be able to bring down this application. There it is there. We've got a couple of phone calls that came in. You'll be able to listen to your voicemail here, and then delete the voicemail directly from this Youmail application without ever having to actually dial in to your Youmail account, which is cool. Poynt is a service finder, if you will. In this case, it's looking at my current location. Here it's asking me for an update. We're not going to upgrade right now. I will later. But basically, we have a business, we have movies, and we can map to something. It can run off the GPS when there is a signal available. It can also do cellular triangulation. So it's really good at finding your location and then finding what you're looking for at that location. Very useful. Again, the price here is free. And I will leave in the comments of the video the actual URLs that you'd want to go to from your BlackBerry to download all these applications. But this is Poynt. Again, free, great application. Let's take a look at Twitterberry. Again, self-explanatory. This is in this case, it's just going to ask, what are you doing? You type it in, and then your Twitter is updated with the latest information about what you're doing. And you also get your tweets from friends and whoever you're following. Slacker Mobile, I created a video in and of itself just for this application. I love the application so much I actually subscribed to the full version. So take a look at my video on Slacker Mobile. It works really well. One of the things that you do have to get in the habit of doing is putting your device into a profile that does not produce audio when you get an email, a text message, something like that, so that it doesn't actually interrupt. Because what will happen is, if you get an email, it'll kick the audio for whatever that email sound is, and then you'll actually have to pause and play the song again. Now that's something, I don't know where that is, if that's something with the way the Storm handles the audio, or if that's actually in the Slacker application that can handle that. I usually go into a profile that is phone only, so that the only thing that interrupts Slacker would be a phone call. And if that happens, Slacker is actually kind of in a pause state. So when you're done with your phone call, you go back to Slacker, and you can hit play and continue on from where you were. One of the interesting things in this version of Slacker Mobile, the latest version for the Storm, when you pause a song, it will, and then you play again, it will actually play from the beginning of the song. So that can either be good or bad. If you really love the song, it's great. If you don't like the song, then it's not so great. You do have the option, though, to skip forward to the next song. So anyone that's interested, just go to www.slacker.com from your BlackBerry browser. It will pick up what device you're on and offer you the download. You do have to be on BlackBerry operating system 4.2 or higher.